A few days ago, I put out a video reviewing Michael Todd's most recent pronation lift where he lifted 163 pounds, so he was right on the heels of Devon LARRATT. He was just about to break that record, and I thought it might have already been more impressive because of Michael's arm angle. But now Michael has gone ahead and lifted 171 pounds on this lift, and honestly, it looks just as easy as the last lift. I think his arm angle is super clean, he isn't doing any kind of significant noticeable cheating, and this lift has now become the most impressive pronation lift in my eyes, except for Levon's lift. So to me, the very most important thing when looking at lifts like this is when that weight just barely starts to budge off the ground, what is Mike's arm angle looking like? Because the steeper this forearm angle is right here, the easier this lift is going to be both on your elbow flexor and your pronator muscle. But the closer this form is to parallel, the higher percentage of weight will actually be attacking what the lift is designed to do. And Michael's forearm is just barely above parallel, but it's super close, so I think probably 95+% of this weight is actually attacking what the lift was designed to attack. So I think this is a super clean lift by Mike. Now comparing this lift to Levon's 177 pounds, so Michael is already lifting almost as much as Levon is. However, I would make the case that Michael's technique is actually slightly better. Their technique pretty much looks identical, the way that they're pivoting off of their elbow and their knee, but I think that Levon's arm angle, his forearm, is just slightly steeper. It's just a little bit more above parallel as that weight begins to move. Now, of course, to counter this, Levon is using more weights, and it does look like Levon is capable of more weight than he lifted here. Michael can probably lift more too. I think it looks like he has a lot more left in the tank, and he's not maxing out, but he's just hitting singles, and he's moving up in weight every single day. Now, comparing both of these lifts side by side, it is close, but I think that right as this weight begins to budge off of the ground, if we stop that, to me it looks like Levon's forearm angle is just a little bit steeper than Mike's forearm angle. I know that the camera angles are a little bit different too, but I do think that Mike's lift is probably just slightly more impressive. They're almost identical, but Mike's forearm angle just looks a little bit better. Additionally, it looks like this wider strap Levon has might actually be placing the pressure a little bit lower down on his forearm, whereas Michael is using this less wide strap. But as I said, of course Levon is using more weight, so it does balance that factor out. But Michael still has 5 days left of this training where he's moving up around a pound every single day, so he's going to get right up next to Levon's record, and I think he might be able to break it at some point in the future. So I find this lift super impressive, and right now I don't think there's anyone on the planet that can hook Michael Todd or bend their wrist against him. I think right now, if you're going to defeat Michael Todd, you're going to have to climb up and over the top of him, or you're going to have to figure out how to flop press him. So I'm super excited to see Michael start going up against some of these top 5 super heavyweights and just see how effective this lift really is.